as I wrap this up, I wanted to tackle something that's rather difficult because I actually realized you could slice it a couple ways. You could look at how the different categories are of like what the rough share of a category might be online versus in store individually, and then see how it's going to evolve over the next few years. You can also look at, like in this case, I kind of took a super center, right? So a mass retailer who has a little bit of all of these, right? It's going to look very different if I looked at C stores that might have a heavy weight of convenience only, with maybe a little bit of routine and maybe a few specialty items, right? Depending on the specialty focus there. But ultimately, and then so you can look at it two ways, right? I could look at it just in isolating the role, the category role, and what's its weight online and in store, and how is it going to change. I looked at it from, if I just look at an in-store mass retailer, where is it kind of weighted today? Where is it moving? And then where is that same online mass retailer weighted today? And then where will it be in 3 to 5 years? This could change depending on the retailer's strategy, but I thought this kind of was helpful to see. What I kind of alluded to before is that routine in store is going to see a reduction of space, of allocation. Not because the categories don't matter, not because they won't be represented, but they won't need as much space per category. I'll still have some of those in there for fill-in trips, but hey, the fill-in you can get online, and it'll be there just as fast as if you tried to take it home after the rest of your day's chores, right? So routine is going to be increasingly less visible in store. If you're in some of these categories, I would take a proactive role to advance as much of the online engagement, the predictive, the subscriptions, the being on people's lists, getting in their past purchase history, so that as that space is shifting, you are the one winning online, so you're going to maintain placement in store. You also may be able to work with them again to design for efficiency versus, full experience, because not to say I don't want to go feel my paper products, but it's less of a showroom and more of, again, replenishment. We're going to see convenience actually probably hold its own in store, but it's going to grow significantly online, as will routine, because again of speed and quick commerce and add-ons and ease of those like impulse purchase opportunities through retailers' online ordering or omnichannel ordering capabilities. Seasonal will actually, just like specialty destination, will probably get a little bit more focus because ultimately it'll become more of a showroom of sorts in many ways. But we'll also see seasonal and I would say specialty can hold its own online, because again, a lot of that early research is being done online. And what these charts don't do fairly is show you the scale, right? So this is just assuming that we're looking at like 100% of the store split up by the weight. We know online is going to continue to be the number one driver and increasingly a larger share of your business. So it doesn't mean, again, in-store is the minority of your business at any point in the near future in your category, but it's important to note that while specialty might actually shrink a little bit online, it's actually still going to be a much bigger part of the future, right? So it's actually the absolute numbers larger than its share. So I don't want that to confuse anybody, right? Because more and more people will be able to buy this stuff online. I would say, again, seasonal is going to become truly omni-channel, as will that specialty destination categories, because those will be experiential. Those will be destinations, right? Be it called destination or just will be seasons of life that I'm going in to purchase. And so they're going to need to be shopper occasion led. They're going to need to be really great digital shelf to physical shelf experiences. And then ultimately destination categories, to be fair, will hold their own. I think they're actually pretty weighted strong. They're not that many categories that fall into it, but they're weighted pretty strong in store already. I think they're going to continue to be equally important and grow in absolute size online. But again, it depends on where I shop, what primary channel I shop in, what key retailer I shop in. Because again, I'm only looking at mass, right? If I looked at club, if I looked at food, if I looked at C-store, you might get a very different weighting, and that would make sense based on where they prioritize. So this is a healthy exercise to look at for your own business and for your retail partnership today. Even if you have to estimate a little bit of what their breakdown is, it helps start the discussion, right? The point isn't that retailers necessarily going to give you the exact split of their business this way, but it's about looking at it and kind of being able to say, right now, we would say you're weighted this way based on the data we have in our gut instinct here. Do you see that as different? They can weigh in, you can make some changes, and then you can say, no matter what, though, we see these trends happening, we want to get out ahead of them, so that knowing that if you're on the brand side, the retail department lead is going to be equally, I would say, incentivized to optimize the routine category that they may see shrink in their role. They're going to want to bolster their role as well. So look at it from both a professional but also a personal side. Everybody's going to be looking for ways to remain important and relevant in this space, and all of us have an opportunity here.